Okay, I want to go back. Video I did a long time ago, 2 years ago, in a place called Exmouth, Australia. There's a harp installation. Now I want you to think. X represents the planet Saturn. Exmouth means speaking. There's a harp installation. Okay, biblically, Saturn or Satan was the chief musician in heaven. All the notes A through G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, that you find on guitars are all fashioned after the different rings of Saturn. Now, on the North Pole of Saturn is a six-sided hexagram. A six-sided hexagram is the two-dimensional version of a three-dimensional cube. Okay? Now, this is the entrance point that you're looking at of the pentagon. Now, this symbol off to the left that I'm going to blow up here is a Phoenician symbol. It represents anarchy. What they've done is they've inverted it. But the bigger question is, who ran up there and painted that on there? See, because that's their gang logo. So they're down here. They've been here. They're the ones from the abyss. And now they're walking around up here and they got the cronies doing their work. Let me blow that picture up a little bit for you. Okay, so we see it. We see the Phoenician symbol up closer. Should be pretty self-explanatory who's behind this. But let's move on. Let's look at this entrance hall, which is highly suspicious, but it follows a geometrical pattern that I'm going to link it to some things here shortly. Now, when I connect the opening, okay, it creates a cube. Okay, this stuff just continually gets weirder, but it just proves that this whole Saturn alien thing is absolutely 100% true. This planet is absolutely connected to Saturn. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. We are 100% connected. That's where the fallen angels came from. There's no doubt in my mind. So let's move on to the next bit. This is Exmouth, Australia, where they have a harp system set up. Now, you can easily see that there's a hexagon, but there's really three of them. And as you know, and I've said this before, it's three squares. Remember they say you need your three squares? Three squares. 3 squares 9. Okay? So let's look. I'll fill it in for you. Okay, so you can see I outline them here. You have 3 squares. Okay? Why is harp mimicking what I'm about to show you that's on the North Pole of Saturn? It's because these two planets are connected. Even in mythology, even in old stories, Earth is the mother of Saturn. So let's take a look at the North Pole of Saturn. Okay, this is the North Pole of Saturn. So I'll fill it in for you, and you'll see that there's 3 cubes here. I'm telling you, when they tell you 3 squares a day, this is what they're referring to. Okay, this, you can't see it right here, but this is called the Utah hexagon or hexagram. or whatever you want, whatever it is. You can look it up yourself. But I'll show you from satellite view. Okay, I've messed around with radios for years. Okay, you can talk around the world with the right conditions on 5 watts. Okay, a lot of FM stations are putting out 50,000 watts. You know, maybe a million on some of the bigger ones. 3.6 billion watts. Now the numbers are suspicious in itself. 3 and 6 is 9. However, you know, I mean, think about it. Why wouldn't you make it 3.5? Why would you want 3.6? Because everything is symbology with these guys. They're trying to talk a very long distance. Everybody thinks they're trying to control the weather with it, and you can. But if fallen angels came from somewhere, they didn't fall from the ocean up. They fell from the sky down. Now, that fallen doesn't necessarily mean evil. It just means they came from above to below. They may have changed their tune, as in the word harp, meaning angelic, an instrument, a vibratory. But once they got here and they changed their tune, things changed. So this is a communicative device. I don't give a fucking rat's ass what anybody says. They're blasting a fucking beam from either here to the moon and from the moon to Saturn or directly to it, because that's way too much wattage for anything on this planet. You know, just as one last final goof. You know, where's Australia? It's the land down under. So you've got harp, you've got 3.6. So you've got harp with his musical instrument of Saturn, Satan. You got 3.6, which is 9. You've got an X mouth as an X, and mouth as in speaking, and it's in the land down under. Case closed. Case closed. You can yell weather modification all you want. I'm sure they do that too. This is a communicative device. 100% sure.